Hello and welcome here at our SPS Fair. Welcome to our live booth tour. This is what I wanted to say. I'm very happy to welcome you here on LinkedIn for the first time, a virtual tour over our booth. This is where you really can experience our trade fair motto: collaborate, innovate, create impact now. This is what we will see in the next round about half an hour, I would say. We really believe that the all-electric society is a key factor on the way to a sustainable world, and this is why the vision of the all-electric society also guides our actions. It is based on our skills in electrification, networking and automation, and this is what we see here on our booth. But instead of just telling you these more or less empty words, let's dive into these topics. We have prepared some real use cases which you will see here on the booth, also on the stage later on. So yeah, let's dive right into it. Let's start with our first topic. So as I said, for us, sustainability is a key factor, and our sustainability strategy takes equal account on economical, social and governance issues. We will come back to that later. Now I want to show you our first solution. It's called Sustainability Through Data. We support our customers step by step in their efforts to meet the legal sustainability requirements. The aim is to create a resource-efficient factory which requires transparency of consumption data to determine a corresponding CO2 balance. So we help our customers to digitize their factories step by step, no matter if it's a brownfield application or a greenfield application. All of this starts with measurement. So for example, with our energy meters at individual stations in the factory, so you see them here, metering is one of the first steps. After that, of course, data collection. We also have a so-called data collection box. You see it at another station here. But this is, of course, the next step, that you collect the data you need. Data processing, of course, is another step. And last but not least, analyzing the data. Of course, this is the last discipline. And you can do this, for example, with PLCnext. PLCnext is based on PLCnext Technology, and it uses AI-based learning algorithms to analyze and evaluate the data to detect and correct deviations such as energy losses or anomalies in your plant. And last but not least, of course, data can be recorded and accessed from anywhere, anytime, including our Profi Cloud. We see it over here. So this is really where factories can access their consumption and analyze it from multiple sites. At the same time, the overall plant efficiency can be increased through the collection, storage and evaluation of process data. So all in all, processes can be optimized, the product quality can be improved at lower manufacturing costs, and downtime can be minimized. As you realize, we are already going to the next station. But let me tell you something more on this case. So we are using our own solution in our own factory, and we learned that we have a 30% increase. So it's really busy today. We have a 30% increase in productivity in only 3 years using our own solutions, and a reduction in building operating costs by around 50%. And this is because we coupled our factory and building during operation. So we integrated the solution I just showed you with our analytics building management system. And this really helps us to reduce our operating costs. Now, all right, coming to the next point. And actually I went too far, but I can tell you some more things. Just come with me. It's really busy today. So I can tell you some more things on what I just said. If you couple your factory and your building together, you can, for example, use ventilation systems, lighting, cold water, compressed air only when it is needed, and by that you can really reduce your costs. So and now we're really coming to the station I originally wanted to go with you, and this is our next topic, PLCnext Technology. I already told you some words about PLCnext Technology. It is basically the heart of nearly every solution we show here at the SPS Fair, of course, because it's our automation system. Why did we develop PLCnext Technology? So the challenges of digitalization present new tasks for all players in industrial automation. IT and OT are growing together more and more, and technological developments are leading to rapid changes. Hardly anyone can keep pace with these developments. So it needs more experts that work together, it needs collaboration, it needs partnerships. And this is why we developed PLCnext Technology some years ago, to have an open ecosystem where many people can collaborate. And I want to present you the 4 pillars of this system. On the first thing is, of course, our PLCnext control. You can see it here. So it's based on an open architecture, on an open Linux architecture, and it's not coming on its own, but you can see we have many elements over here. So we have our extensions, for example, a safety extension that makes the PLCnext controller a safety controller. But we also have our I/O system, which we see over here, and which you can use in a modular manner. So you can just plug these smart elements just as you need it, also safety element. So this makes the whole system a very modular system. But of course the hardware is not the only thing we have. We also have our PLCnext engineer with the ability to integrate, for example, high-level language programs or MATLAB Simulink, for example. Third pillar is the PLCnext Store. This is a digital marketplace for software applications. So you do not need to develop everything again and again and again, but if someone already developed a solution, you can make use of that. You can download it from the PLCnext Store and you already have your solution on your controller. Last but not least, we have the PLCnext community. This is where experts come together, exchange on topics, on solutions with PLCnext technology. And what we also have, let us just have a short look over here, is a great community of partners, and this is what we take a closer look on at this SPS fair. Our technology partnership with Gesto and also with Yaskawa, they are making use of PLCnext technology in their products as well. So you see, we really have a huge community and everyone can make use of PLCnext technology. Now let's really go to the next station. I already went to you just a few seconds ago. And what you see on my left side is our huge stage. I hope you already watched our live stream on Tuesday. And if not, I really recommend to do so. The stream is still available on LinkedIn. And there you can see 3 very interesting use cases making use of our innovative automation technology. Now, coming to our workshop area, you see it over here behind me. This is still where we show what you can do with PLCnext technology and what new products and solutions we have around our PLCnext technology ecosystem. One thing is, for example, our device and update management, which you can experience here. What do you need it for? It is to keep your automation solutions up to date, and this is really important when talking about cybersecurity. When we provide updates and patches, it is important to make use of them pretty soon, because they sometimes also close security gaps. And if you have an automated device and update management, it really helps you to be secure and to stay secure as well. But we also have some other topics here, like AI-based product optimization. We have the topic of safety there, so seamless communication with ProfiSafe. Virtual control, also a brand new thing here, we show here at SPS Fair. So making use of our control technology, but not necessarily on our hardware or not on the controller I just showed to you. So you can decide how to make use of PLCnext technology, on which hardware you would like to use it. So this is the topic of our virtual control for more flexibility and efficiency in modern IT environments. Last but not least, another station here is future engineering with digital twins, the asset administration shell-based plant engineering. So you see a lot of topics here around PLCnext technology our experts talk about and discuss with our customers and visitors here at the fair. Coming to the next station. So we just talked about data, and to use data, everything needs to be able to talk with everything else. So it requires a consistent and powerful network infrastructure. And this is what we see in this whole area here. So we need a network that supports high data rates, many network nodes, low latency, many parallel data streams that are prioritized and that are controlled in a manner, and that cannot be achieved with our existing current technologies, because they are not made for this. They are sometimes a bit old, and this is why we have some new technologies which can help you to really have a modern network. I'm talking about, for example, TSN, SPE, APL. All of these technologies can be seen here on our booth, and I would like to show you a few of them just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. And I'm already standing here on our first example, so to say. These are our new Wi-Fi clients. They support Wi-Fi 6, and not only Wi-Fi 6, but Wi-Fi 6E. What does that mean? So Wi-Fi 6 offers maximum performance, security, and reliability. And Wi-Fi 6E, so the E is the interesting thing about it, brings these features into the 6 GHz band. So you can make use of Wi-Fi in a new 6 GHz band. And by using this additional frequency band, Wi-Fi 6E offers wider channels, less infrastructure, faster transmission speeds, and better performance. And this results in very low latency. So very interesting technology. What we also see here are our Nearfi products. Maybe you already know them. They are not that new, but what is new that they allow for greater range of data transmission and also greater power for power transmission. So now it's up to 100 millimeters, which you can have in between these products here, and they are still working, and up to 100 watt when connected in parallel. So also new at SPS this year. Let's move on to the next station, which is about TSN. So we see it over here. With TSN you can implement data-intensive AI applications in a convergent network together with real-time systems. So in an industrial application, the camera we see over here would, for example, check the quality of goods. So we're talking about optical anomaly detection. And simultaneously, it could transmit safety signals over the same network. This is not possible without TSN. In normal, you would have 2 or 3 networks in parallel. With TSN, you can have one converged network, and everything goes to the same network because you can control the data flow and you can prioritize the data flow. What is new in this year is that our switches are now certified for the CC-Link IE TSN profile Conformance Class B. Just yesterday we received the certificate here at the trade fair. So this is also great. It combines Ethernet bandwidth with TSN feature set, and this also increases the performance, robustness and availability of industrial networks. So coming to our last example of modern network technologies, and we see it's quite busy here. Let's see if we can get a view on our topic here. And this is about single pair Ethernet and APL. So maybe you already heard of it. Single pair Ethernet has a new face. We have a new connector that is being also communicated here at the fair from the Profinet organization. So now Phoenix Contact will also develop such a new connector to have one unified connector for SPE. And what we also see, not sure if you can see it through the camera, but we have our APL switch, and this is for this is like single pair Ethernet for process industry, so to say. So a 2-wire Ethernet connection for sensors that are being connected to the Ethernet network. All right, so now I have some more things to say, but I think it's really a lot of people here in the booth, so let it tell me like this. We have some more news, of course, on network technology. We have some new switches in the REG format for building industry and for electrical distribution cabinets. We have also our new Raptor switch series here at the fair, which are made for IEC 61850 applications. So in energy applications, in critical infrastructure and for utility applications. So as you see, as you hear, we're having a lot of new products, and we have we have a complete network infrastructure we can present to you here at the SPS fair, but of course also you can see all of that on our website. However, we are not only a component manufacturer, but we also develop entire network concepts for you. So if you have a network, it's not running, you want to modernize it, but you don't know how, we can also help you and we can develop a concept for you. And this concept also integrates cybersecurity, and this is our next station I want to go with you to. And luckily it's not that far away, because networks and cybersecurity are belonging together. So what is new here? We see an increasing number of legal requirements and standards that companies must apply. So cybersecurity is becoming law. I have two examples for you. New laws by the European Union. The one thing is the Resilience Act. I'm sure you already heard about that. So it was passed by the EU just a few weeks ago in October, and it will become law in 2027, so just 2 years from now. The new law will make security requirements mandatory for the entire life cycle of hardware and software products. So we, as Phoenix Contact, are also affected by the Cyber Resilience Act, because we need to make our products compliant to the Cyber Resilience Act until 2027. And I can tell you, we will do so. So our products will get some firmware updates, or we are also already developing new product families which will then be fit for the Cyber Resilience Act in 2027. But it also affects you maybe. For example, people that are producing machines, so machine builders are also affected by the Cyber Resilience Act, because all software and all hardware that has digital elements, so this is how it's being said, they must comply with it. And if they don't comply with the Cyber Resilience Act, they will not get a CE certification. And this is what you need to sell products here in the European Union. So this is really an interesting topic. We will see how it's moving on, but you can be sure if you're affected, our products will be compliant. And if you need help in how to manage that for you, we are also on your side. Another example, also from the European Union, is the NIS2 directive, which is also coming into force by 2027. It came into force in the European Union last year, but now it's so it comes into force in the countries on a national level by 2027. You already hear this is a very interesting year concerning cybersecurity. And this regulation sets the minimum standard for cybersecurity across the European Union, and it forces companies in various sectors to document their security strategy. So this is not for component manufacturers, but for example, critical infrastructure, so in energy, transportation, water, healthcare, banking, but also food and chemical manufacturers and producers of electrical equipment, machinery, vehicles, so all of them are affected by the NIS2. And what do they need to do? They need to define a so-called cybersecurity risk management measures. So this is what they need to do. And this includes, for example, measures to ensure the confidentiality, the integrity, the availability and the authenticity of data and services. Secondly, the creation and updating of a business continuity plan if you're being hacked, that your company has a plan how to move on. And also, just one example, the introduction of a multi-factor authentication for access to networks and information systems. So these are just a few examples what companies now need to do in order to comply to NIS2. So what do we do as Phoenix Contact? Good question. There is no general solution. Of course, we help our customers, we help you to comply with these standards as well, but it must always be on an individual level. And this is what we do with something we call a 360-degree security approach. So our security specialists, they can create a security concept for you on an individual basis according to your needs and your special situation. They advise you how to minimize your individual security risks, and they can do that in accordance to IEC 62443 security standards. We as Phoenix Contact really rely on to fulfill these new regulations from the European Union. What we also do is we pass our knowledge in training courses to your employees, for example. We have blueprints which show how a solution, a cybersecurity solution, could look like, and these blueprints are also certified in accordance to IEC 62443. The the elements of such a multi-level security strategy include, for example, network segmentation, data flow control, or end-to-end communication encryption. And last but not least, of course, also security is anchored in the entire life cycle of our products, from secure development, from secure development processes, and that one is also certified according to 62443, to the integration of important security functions in our products over here. Regular update and security patches. We also have certified products according to 62443, which is again our PLCnext control you see over here. And certified products are also part of our strategy, and they are gradually being rolled out on more products in the future. So this was cybersecurity, and now we're moving on to the next station. Just come with me. And this station is really on the complete opposite of our booth, so now we really have to go a few meters, but I can already tell you what it's about. So it is also about avoiding unwanted system downtime and production loss, so just as we had it before, but from a different perspective. We are now talking about power reliability. And here at the trade fair, we will be presenting reliable power supply and monitoring solutions for the entire energy infrastructure, from the feed-in to the end device. You will see that in a few seconds. But I can tell you this is a topic that affects every sector. So whether in energy, in industry, in infrastructure, or in mobility, so I'm pretty sure that you are affected as well. So just come here. Oh, we are really lucky. No one is in our way. So, as I said, we are here at our station for power reliability, solutions for high system availability and efficient system operation. And now let's see what we have here. So we are showing products such as surge protection. You can come a little bit closer so you can see. We have surge protection here. We have EMC filters. We have power supplies. We have redundancy modules, UPS, and device protection over here. So this is really a broad portfolio that helps you to keep your system up and running, and you can move on. What we also have, and I think we have to go back a few meters for that, is solutions for energy monitoring. There you are. Here we are. Luckily, we have these signs over here, so I see that we are on the right station. So, solutions for energy monitoring. We have, for example, energy measuring devices. You see them over here on this nice exhibit. Sorry. We have AC and DC energy meters for cost center-based energy data billing. And we have an extensive portfolio of plug-in current transformers and transducers, as well as solutions for rapid integration into control and management systems and digital services. So this is where we go into our cloud, where we have the energy management services, for example, for the visualization and the analysis of energy data. So as you can see, we have a very broad portfolio that we can configure according to your needs and applications to ensure high system availability and efficiency. And I want to give you one more example for that. And this is, oh, I think I have to go one step further. Oh, here it is. And we have some interest here already, but I hope you can see it a little bit through the camera here. And this is our communicative 24-volt power supply system. So this is a modular solution consisting of our Quint Power communicative power supply, the Caprac circuit breaker system, and the intelligent Quint DC UPS. So the system transmits all relevant operating data to the control unit, ensuring maximum transparency of operating data from the input to the individual fuse. Another example is our Trio power supply. Also many people here, maybe we can see it a little bit later, The Trio power supply has an integrated circuit breaker, so it supplies and protects with just one device. And one more interesting fact about the Trio power supply, this family was developed entirely with sustainability in mind. So from development and raw materials to production, logistics and recycling. And now I think we do not really have a chance to see it better, so let's move on to the next station. I could show you many more products. For example, the new Capirock circuit breakers for load currents up to 20 amps or new Type 2 over voltage protection devices. But time is running and we have to go to our next topic. But one last thing I could show to you here is our new Trio power supply for wall mounting. But as I said, this is the last topic from our last station. Now we're coming to a new topic, and this is the topic of DC grids. Of course, this is also a topic that is very close to sustainability, because in the industry we are looking for solutions to cope with rising energy costs and increasing energy demand. And this is not that easy. One idea is to make use of DC grids instead of AC grids. So the idea is that direct current is being generated from renewable energy sources, and we want to make use of this energy without any conversion losses. So there are many applications such as machines, motors, conveyor belts that can make use of DC power, and why not using it directly? A DC grid has actually several advantages. For example, as I said, you don't have any, or you have fewer conversion losses. It's possible to feed the braking energy in the system back into the grid as electricity, which is very interesting. We have reduced copper cables that you can use in DC grids, and also very interesting that you can implement photovoltaic systems, for example, easily into a DC microgrid. And what you can make use of as well is what we see here in this huge container, a battery energy storage system. So when you have enough power or a surplus of power in a DC grid, you can directly feed it in such a battery energy storage system, and if energy is needed, you can just take it out without any losses, as I said. So to summarize, the combination of sustainable energy generation, energy recovery and energy storage ensures greater overall sustainability. Now, the interesting and absolutely justified question is, what does Phoenix have to do with this topic? And I can tell you, well, on the one hand, we are making use of DC grids already. So we have an own building 60 in Blomberg, and this is where we have an AC grid, but also in parallel a DC grid. So we are making use of this technology, and we're gaining experience in how to use this in the industry. But of course, also we are having products for this, and we are making use of these products in our own building, as I said. So gaining experience and understanding which products we really need for that. And one thing is one reason why many people might not be a huge fan of DC grids is, of course, because it's dangerous somehow. If you cut an AC cable, you're maybe a bit shocked. There's the fuse working, but nothing really happens. So you're happy that everything works as it should. But when you're cutting a DC cable, you might be dead, because there is an arc, and this is a really dangerous technology, so it really needs products that make it less dangerous and make it a safe technology to work with. And we have some products for this. One example is our ARC0 connector that makes it possible to safely plug and unplug in a DC grid even under load. So normally you would have this arc if you're plugging or unplugging a DC connector. This one, the ARC0, makes it really safe to do so. And another example, we see it over here, is our DC circuit breaker. So as I said, normally when you're cutting a cable, it works with AC, but this one is really for DC, so a DC circuit breaker which protects, monitors and switches high DC loads and makes it way more safe to work with DC power. Last but not least, and a last product I would like to show you here in our booth is our Trio high power module. We see it over here, so at least the front. Of course, this is not the whole product, but you can imagine how it looks like. So it combines the functions of a rectifier and an inverter So it can create a DC grid from a public AC grid, and it also can feed excess energy from the DC grid back to the AC grid. So this really works as sector coupling in small, I would say. So also a really good example for how the all-electric society can become reality. Now, it's time for our last station. Our next topic is about efficiency in control cabinet building. And now, let's move some last steps to our last station. I talked about renewable energies just at the last station, and the expansion and modernization of our energy grid alone involves 16 million kilometers of new grid infrastructure, including 5.5 million control cabinets. So this is really a lot. And let's go over here. And control cabinet manufacturers are already facing many challenges in terms of economic efficiency in their processes, for example. So delivery capability, we all know the problems just a few years ago. Supplier pricing is also sometimes a challenge for these people, and also the shortage of skilled workers, we all experience this. All of this cannot really be influenced by us, but what we can influence is the efficiency of what we are doing in-house on our own. So this is what I would like to talk about with you. So we try to make control cabinet building more efficient for you. Let's start at the beginning of the process, and this is what we see over here. It is the engineering. So we see here our ClipX engineering software that supports the simple planning of control cabinet assemblies, such as terminal strips, and creates a digital twin in just a few steps. And the ClipX Engineer Assemble software is an add-on that enables the efficient software-supported assembly of mounting rails. And if you just turn around, we see the next step, and that is marking. With our modular automated Thermomark E-Series marking system, you can mark all components in the enclosure effectively and easily. The automated printing application reduces the time required for industrial identification by around 60% compared to the manual execution of the working steps. And this is really great, I think. And something I would like to tell you also is the new marking system, marking software, and that enables the simple and efficient realization of marking projects also on your computer, as well as the efficient data import from ECAD systems. So this is all about marking. Let's go further to the next step, and this is the wire preparation and final assembly. And we see it, oh, we're lucky, no one is standing in front of it. This is our ClipX Wire Assist Worker Assistance System. We see it over here with direct control of the new eFox S10 stripping machine. We also have the rail fix adapters for easy mounting of mounting rails, and the push-X and push-in connection technology. We all can experience this here. We see the eFox I just mentioned over here. Yes, and these technologies not only increase the flexibility and cost effectiveness, but also help to compensate for the shortage of skilled workers. And now, as we're on an automation fair, let's see some more automation over here. And this is the push-X demonstrator. It shows the automated wiring. Maybe we turn around where you can see it a little bit better. The push-X demonstrator, it shows the automated wiring of our push-X terminal blocks using robots. We see it over here. You see how it automatically uses our terminal blocks. Just move a little bit closer. And this is the last station of our booth tour. So I really hope you enjoyed the short tour. I hope you got an impression of our booth and what we can really show you and what we can help you with in your individual solution. So coming from sustainability in the factory, step by step, being more efficient, also energy efficient in your factory. We saw PLCnext Technology, our open ecosystem for automation. We saw network technology and new technologies in network technology, so SPE, TSN, APL, 5G, Wi-Fi 6, so all these things you can make use of to be more future-proof. We were talking about cybersecurity, a very important thing, also with a new legislation from the European Union. We talked about power supply and power reliability and all these different products we have to configure your individual system. We were talking about DC grids just over here, so a new technology that maybe can help us to save energy. And last but not least, we were talking about efficiency in control cabinet building with our robot over here. So I hope you really enjoyed the show. I'm very happy that you stayed with us here, that you walked around with us over our booth, and maybe I will see you next year here in person. I would be very happy, so thanks a lot and goodbye.